Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another week full of reading, unboxing, and just living my life. I'm so appreciative for every single one of you who is following me on my journey. We have a wonderful week ahead. We have a week full of reading, full of work, and probably full of sunshine. Let's see how much we will actually get from the sunshine, because there's a lot of reading ahead. I have to read 380 pages per day until the end of the month to finish all the books that I desperately still want to finish. So what's on the plan for this week? I need to finish, where did I just put it? Where the Lost Wanderer, Once Upon a Book Club box, historical fiction, Oregon Trail, romancy, and even though it's romance, I'm loving it. The Great Hunt, epic fantasy, probably the most epic one that I wanted to read ever, like in terms of this has formed fantasy what it is today. I'm on page 405, loving it, and I need to finish this. Reading this together with Lucienne, trying to read the whole Wheel of Time chronicle. Then finish The Way of Kings. I'm on page 824, so it's another 400 pages. Loving it. This is a traveling book where we have a couple of people reading this book, and every person has a different colored pen, and then people make like comments in the book, and it feels like you're reading it together with people, and I love this concept. And then I need to finish The Name of the Wind for somebody from this Goodreads group, because I am creating a book box for them. So I'm making notes while I'm reading of what item I could include at like that stage of the book. Need to finish these. Oh, I'm on page 120 something. The Name of the Wind is following a magician type kind of person, learning their craft, and I believe it's kind of a villainy situation. Not sure, because I don't know too much about the books before I read them, because I want to go in blind. Then I am starting these two books this week. I'm reading this with Lucienne and this with Ilva, so two buddy reads. Both have been on my top shelf for a while because they're pretty and I kind of feel drawn to them, even though I don't know much about them. This is a second book in a series. It is a fantasy story in with like some Asian background, and we have a girl on girl love story. I feel like that might be a spoiler, but in the end you don't know who, but it becomes, I mean, it is YA. It becomes clear so quickly, I guess. And then The Bells. I don't know why this is calling me, but this book is calling me. So this is like a fantasy. The bells are responsible for making people beautiful. So beauty is an important theme throughout the book, and I am assuming that we will dive a little bit deeper past like the shallow, everybody's gray, everybody wants to be beautiful, yada yada yada. There's just, I cannot explain, but this book, I feel drawn to this book. I want to go in mostly blind as always. I'm reading this with Ilva and I'm looking forward to it. I also want to finally get to this Snowflower and the Secret Fan. I have tried reading this like for so many months now, and I am so hyped about this, even though I know nothing about this. I know the author, and I know that the book club that read this has really good picks that I tend to like. And then I also have two NetGalley arcs that have been with me for over a year. Well, one has been with me for over a year, and one has been with me for 2 months. One is Children of War, and the other is Wake. I need to finish those two, and then I also want to finish the nonfiction book this week that I'm reading. If you don't know that, I read a nonfiction book every month that has been recommended to me by somebody in my life. And this book has been recommended by our European HR director, and that is the book Good to Great. And I am super hyped for this book as well. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna get through this quickly. I have a feeling that I might rush through. The mail just came, and I have some packages to open. This just some Scentsy stuff that I ordered. And that is Your Pal Mickey, and I think that this is like a limited edition kind of thing. I got these because they were on sale and really, really cheap. I love Love and Kisses Mini as well, but they didn't have the bars anymore. Okay. The next is The Wildest Dreams. The Wildest Dreams costs around 25 euros. I think it's 20 pounds or something. The Wildest Dreams box. It usually comes with a paperback, YA, and some tea and some like self-care item, like something for the bathroom, candle or something. On top it has Blueberry Bliss Gourmet Sweets from London, Candy Kittens. Then we have Amortentia is a love potion that does not create actual love, but gives the drinker a powerful obsession and infatuation with the giver of the potion. What is this, like chocolatey melts, like a strawberry chocolatey milkshake? We have a lanyard, Conjuring of Light. I could do without this lanyard. I have no use for this. And then the tea is the Puppet Master. It's a rooibos, strong taste of strawberries and rooibos. That could be really good. Harrow Lake. If you like Stephen King, snap this up. He's been expecting you. I'm not the, like, I'm not into horror kind of stuff. Scream meets Babadook. Twisting and terrifying. Lola knows all about Harrow Lake. Her famous father directed Nightjar, the cult horror movie that was filmed there. She knows about the caves beneath the fairground, the sunken graveyard, the tree in the woods that's hung with teeth. I still like this box, but I might pause on this to just save some money for a while. Same goes for this. This is the Beauteque box. I love getting this. It is a Korean beauty box. I have never had problems with this one with customs. The first product is already screaming at me because it's big. Rose water toner. I can use this. Then we have Garden Pleasure Hand Wash Magnolia. Okay, so is this the same? Yeah, I have the Garden Pleasure Hand Cream Magnolia from last time. I love the scent, and I'm probably going to use this in my bathroom, but I feel like this is not a product that I want from like a beauty box. Then we have Urban City Stick Highlighter, Pink Beam. So a highlighter stick. I mean, it's not the strongest glow, it's more of a natural glow, which I don't know if you can even see that without the light. But then I would like blend out a little. And if you just go over your cheeks once, it gives more of a natural glow. No, not like these metallic cheekbones that you can see from people like beauty influencers. Then we have another makeup item. We have a lot of makeup items in here this time. It's Urban City again. It's Kiss Intention lipstick. Oh, this is a nice color. I like this color a lot. I like the scent. Feels good. I'm liking this. Then we have an intensive lip care gel patch, like a mask, I'm assuming. That's cool, and that is supposed to cost $5. And then last but not least, the accessory item is a floral headscarf. I think I'm doing okay. So I like it. Okay, let's get started into the day. So I took a small break to continue my reading a little bit, and I am on page 130. So the Once Upon a Book Club box comes with beautifully wrapped gifts inside, 4 altogether. Depending on the value of the gifts, we're getting 3 or 4 material gifts and 1 nostalgic gift. The gifts that I received so far are this like scissors that is quite beautiful, but if you look closely it looks cheap, but I really do like it as well still. And this lightweight tin mug that I really like as well. The gift on page 130 I'm expecting to be nostalgic. And there we have the image. Okay, let's get back to work. I'm on the last pages. Okay, so we have our last gift. What is... Oh, look at this. Look at this. I am loving it. Let's finish the last few pages. I think I have 10 pages left and go to bed. Good morning. It got late last night. I read the first couple of chapters in the belts and I am really enjoying it. There's a couple of things that I really do like. I feel like this is a book that has a lot of potential. We are in a world where beauty is everything, and these wonderful belts are able to alter physical appearance. And in the beginning we are confronted with this woman, this girl. She really wants to be the best of the best. She wants to be the chosen one, and she really is working hard to get there. On the note of beauty, I have my flower subscription. That's what we have here. So we have, oh, they smell amaze balls. So we have, then we have, I think we have different types of roses, but we have, that kind of works with my reading plan, right? I think we have roses that are different colored. Yes, see that? That's awesome. So we have 9 roses in 3 different shades, which is something that I wouldn't get at my local flower shop like this. I would have to purchase like 2 bigger, like I would have more blooms, but I would have less variety. And this box is a book box. It is a book box that we made for each other. Remember, I'm making I've been making a Heartless for Adi, and I have already given that to her a couple of weeks ago. Then I'm currently making The Name of the Wind for Sabrina, and I'm making then Nice Try Jane Sinner for Sarah. And this is from Sabrina, and look at this. Wah! Well, maybe not look at this. Look at this. So we have a letter from her. We have the book, and then we have a lot of gifts. So let's talk about what we have here. So, hi Cece. I really like the book. It is completely my taste. It was really fun to read and wrap up gifts. I'm sorry that the wrapping isn't really good with like everything. You could see every single fingerprint with a black paper, and wrapping it with gloves didn't really work. Oh, come on, you tried wrapping it with gloves so you don't have fingerprints on this? Oh, that's so cute. Anyways, it's the content that counts. Whenever you're seeing a post-it with dots, you can open a gift. The page numbers are on the gifts. I hope the book and the packages, you're going to like them. So really, really, really cute. like letter, paper, whatever thingy. I don't get, I don't, and there you can see the post-its in here. This was the like original packaging. It's the it's an Owl Crate exclusive edition, so I had this in original packaging. And then we have, oh look at this, we have little post-its with her comments, and then the like dotted post-its for, oh I love these little post-its, they're so cute. Okay, this is going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to read this. I cannot wait. Oh, this is to open now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Then we have page 123, page 272, page 112. This might be something like a package for something to eat or drink. Could be like something like porridge or tea. This feels like this might be gel-like, maybe like a lip mask or something. I don't know. Page 261. It's something gel-like. Page 235. This is, I don't know. This is so exciting. Page 137. I think this might be. Is this jam? Look at this. This looks like it could be jam. 47. This could be porridge. Then we have 155. This could be a tea or something. Oh. 235. I have no clue what this could be, like maybe jewelry or something, or I mean, we did have a financial limit. I think we said something like 30 euros. So a big package for 278. What could this be? This is wrapped in like bubbly paper. Maybe this is a mug. I love mugs, but I love mugs when they have like a special form. But I don't think that I mentioned that in what I like. Ooh, page 47, and it has the death card. God, what is in it? 195. No clue what this could be. 216. No clue what this could be. Maybe this is like a notebook thingy. I have no idea. And then we have 222, 27. So we have 4 candles that just have a number on them. 27, 101, 252, and 222. And you can already kind of see a lot. So this is comfy sweater, warm and fuzzy, fireside, midnight. Can I already smell these? I mean, they are kind of not wrapped, right? Right? This is so fun. Oh, so excited. Ah, I love this experience so much. Honestly, I love this. I love creating these, and I love getting these. So, I cannot get enough of these. I want more. Okay, so let's smell these, right? I mean, they're not completely wrapped, so I think I'm going to try and burn them whenever I get to that page. Ooh, that is midnight. Didn't I just say 4 different fireside, cozy sweater? I didn't say midnight, did I? It kind of smells male. Then we have fireside. I would not have considered this fireside, but yes, I can. It has more of like a warm. See, warm and fuzzy was the other one, right? Warm and fuzzy, fireside, cozy sweater, and midnight. This has like a warm, like vanilla-y scent. There is like some burning but it feels more creamy than burning. So, but it's nice. It's really nice. I like this a lot more than usually what I get like as Fireside. 27 is Warm and Fuzzy. Ooh, that's interesting. Interesting. And then we have the Comfy Sweater. Oh yes, that's for me. That's good. This is cool. I like it. And I am going to burn them. I do have usually the Scentsy why am I saying wax melts. I feel like they're giving off more scent and less harmful like fumes. I'm excited to see if these are going to give off scent or if they only smell in the candle like pot kind of thingy, you know. Oftentimes I feel like when I'm burning them they don't smell as much, but yeah, that's what I want. Okay, I can open this now. Aww. So we have 2 green matcha powders. And then we have a Kit Kat Yuzu Matcha. Yes, I love it. And Kit Kat, I don't know, this is Japanese. I cannot speak Japanese, so I have no idea what flavor this is. Maybe I will figure this out. But this is so cute that I can open this now, so I can make myself a drink when I start reading this. Oh, I want to read this now! I want to read this now so much! I love this so much. I love this experience so much, and I love everything. I'm excited! And I am getting 2 more boxes, and we're planning the next round of boxes as well. So, okay. Let's get through the July 1st. I am so behind on my reading. Again, as always, do you even know me any way else? But I really wanted to get at least the second half done, according to my plan. So, okay. Let's get these flowers done, get something to drink, and then let me check. I think I have my first conference call in 13 minutes, so there's not going to be any reading before that, but maybe I can take a break after. Let's do that. Let's go. So I just ate a couple of these amazing cherries. Oh, I love cherries so much. But I'm back home now, and I will make myself some lunch and dinner because, well, I'm just gonna make one meal. I'm gonna make one portion, and that is pretty much lunch and dinner. I don't think I have been talking about this, but I am currently trying to follow the Clean Food Dirty Girl meal plans, and they're just amazing. I personally just feel a lot better physically when I'm on a whole food plant-based diet. And I substitute that sometimes with some meat because I enjoy meat, and sometimes that's just the way that I feel best. I'm not doing it for any like moral grounds, but I do understand people who do it for like moral reasons because they don't want to kill animals. I think that it is important that if you eat meat, that you're very conscious about that you are eating animals. And in my mind, you kind of need to be willing to go and kill an animal. Just my thought. So. Anyways, I do eat meat. I'm not a vegan, but I do like a mostly vegan diet. And you can come for me or not. I do believe that vegan is more healthy because my body just reacts so positively to it. It just feels more healthy. Especially if it is, I mean, just because you're vegan, you're not more healthy automatically, but if you are conscious about what you're putting into your body and it's whole foods, plant-based, no like processed food and that kind of stuff, then it is more healthy than the shit that I usually eat. So I don't care. I feel good on this meal plan. So if you're vegan and you want to come for me because I eat meat, come for me. If you are an omnivore and you come for me because I cook mostly vegan, come for me. That's my life. And I'm gonna eat what I want and what makes me feel good. So I'm following these meal plans. I think they're amazing, really yummy food, and I'm just gonna make myself some lunch now, and I'm really looking forward to it because we're gonna have some really yummy sandwiches. Taking it in, I am really excited to see what it tastes like. So far, everything that I made from recipes from Clean Food Dirty Girl surprised me positively so much. The dressings are so good. This is what I got making one portion. I cannot put this on like I cannot put this together and have one bun. This is like tofu crumble with the cheesy pepper sauce. Yes. I'm telling you, the sauces are where it's at. So good. It feels so whole foody, soul foody. It's like, it feels like burger, but there's so much good shit in it. The only thing that I didn't make myself and that has shit in it is the bun. I need to replace that in future, but the sauce, honestly, nuts, oats, bell pepper, so good. Okay. My green class is starting. Let's talk later. So before I sit down to read for the night, I'm first gonna have a cherry. I love cherries and I love these like big cherries. Oh, look at this. I am fully enjoying the Wheel of Time series, where the first book was very, you could see the parallels where Robert Jordan was leaning on giving homage to the Lord of the Rings. The book gets so many more layers, like the world gets so many more layers. There's so much world building going on. There's so much more depths to this story and this world than Lord of the Rings, and I feel like we're dipping our toe into the huge pond of what Wheel of Time is. I felt like most of the characters had a more, like the main characters that we're following, I did enjoy in the Eye of the World. I enjoyed their character building more, and their character, well, not the character building, the character arc. So I felt like in this book, I didn't see as much development as I would have liked. I didn't see as much of Matt and Perrin as I would have liked, but we got to meet a lot of new characters, interesting characters, characters where my gut feeling says we're going to see a lot more of them, and we're going to see some surprises with them, where I don't trust what I see right now. There's a lot of characters that are going just like in and out. They're briefly, and I feel like they're going to become important. So my main issue with the book, which is my issue, not the book's issue, is that there's so many characters and there's so much world and there's just so much. My little brain can't do it. I try to read for fun, for the most part, and to relax after a long day of work, after trying to concentrate on stuff. And I just feel like sometimes I am not able to grasp the complex worlds and the millions of characters in this type of book, because I left that brain power at work. If that makes sense. I still loved it. I'm struggling a little bit with zoning out on this book. Simply because it does get so like much, but that's only a little bit. When I'm in the story, I'm in the story and so much, and I'm loving it and I'm enjoying it, and I cannot wait to start book 3. I can't wait. I am enjoying it so much. I actually do want to create a traveling book from this series. I hope that I find enough people who want to read it so that I can send it around and people make their notes in it, and I would love to read it again with like a lot of people commenting, I love that. Okay, so before I lean back to read, I want to read today's portion in The Bells, and then I need to dive back into The Way of the King or The Name of the Wind. I want to start Girls of Storm and Shadow. I love that in my mind, this became Girls of Sass. And I love that. I love that. So before that, I want to open the next teapro that came. The teapro is a tea subscription box. It costs around $30, not dollars, euros. It's shipping from the UK. So it's a UK tea subscription box. And what I love about the teapro is that they have every month they have a theme, so it's either like black tea or green tea. Last month we had white tea, and it's not like flavored tea. This is high quality tea from this, like, you know what I mean, from this type of tea. And we get some explanation, some education around this type of tea, and we're really getting quality products. I don't like rooibos tea, for example, but through this I received some rooibos tea that I loved, and that just shows that sometimes it's all about the quality, and then all of a sudden you might like something if you choose to go for quality. In the first couple of boxes, we had also a tool, a gimmick or something. The last few boxes we didn't have that. That changes the value a lot, to be honest. But that's fine. So this month we have fruit tea. That's the fruit tea selection. Hello, my lovelies. It's Friday. I'm done with the Great Hunt, so I need to speak to you about that. Just coming home from the doctor. Well, not home, but coming back from the doctor. I just grew 2 centimeters in the past like 6 months. How is that even possible? I'm like almost 40. How is that possible? Anyways, I'm stopping by this like fruit and veg straight from the farmer's market. To get some cherries, thick, juicy cherries. Yes, that's what I want. And then let's get home and get some work done. I think before I start working, I will talk about the Great Hunt a little, but let's get some cherries first. I finally started going through my books that I don't need anymore. It's if you have been following me for a while, you know that I usually don't keep books that I've read. So most of them I have I'm unhauling, not because I am unhauling them like in the traditional way. It's simply because I've read them, and I still have to list these. So I have these, and these online. Still have to do these, so I'm getting tired, but these are the good ones, so let's go. What a day. Sunday evening. It's a little past midnight, so technically it is Monday morning. I have finished the book Good to Great, which is the non-fiction book of the month of July that I'm reading, and I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. If you are into thoughts about leadership, if you are into business theory and knowledge, then I absolutely recommend this book. It really discusses quite well what is needed within a company to make it great, to not just settle for good and actually make it great. With actually what I really liked was one of the last chapters. There was a tiny bit about why should we actually strive for great, why isn't good enough. And what really stuck out was pretty much saying, well, it's the same effort for, I'm trying to phrase it in a way that it doesn't contain spoilers or anything, but it's pretty much the same effort for more reward and for an easier life down the line, kind of. Anyways, I really do recommend it. It's really good. It has some really good thoughts and makes you think about just some things in how you are leading your team or your just approaching stuff in your work life. So yes, absolutely recommended. Then I made some progress in the belts. I have 100 pages left, so I'm right on schedule with the buddy read. I am enjoying the belt much more than I thought. I thought this would be a fun little book that I'm going to enjoy, but that's not going to be like mind-blowing or like technically really good, because I don't know, it just felt like a fun thing that I'm going to enjoy, but that I would not be raving about because it's objectively good. But it is objectively really good. I love how there's a little bit of a romancy aspect, but it's not overpowering. I love the balance that is still kept. I love the balance between politics and mystery and the everyday life. I love the balance of how much we're seeing of the villainized character more and more. And I love how all these parts are really well balanced. And even though there's always a little bit of movement in there, so we're concentrating on getting more from the villain, and then we're concentrating on getting more from the politics, and it feels like it's all connected and it will all be woven together at the end. I do think that I can predict a few things, but it is just so well done. I'm really amazed. Also, I am loving this world. The world is a little bit more whimsical and fantastic than I thought, but in a good way. I feel like whimsical, fantastic world, which we often have when we are following characters that are fae, can go really into like the wrong direction and be too much for me. but it's so well done here that I am just loving it. I love the creativity, the fantasy around it. It's just a wonderful world, and I am so excited to see where this goes. I have a feeling that the second book will have a very different feeling to it, a very different like setup and tone, and I'm excited to see if I'm going to like this as much. But this is really good for like my reading taste. This is like perfection almost. Yeah, and then today I even though today was such a weird day, I was pretty much on the couch the whole day. After getting up, I was switching between not feeling well and feeling like I need to get some food inside me, and I don't know, just not the strongest day. Maybe some of the reason for that is because I stayed up way too late last night, putting all the books that I've sold, all the books that I have read up on eBay to see what's selling. And then I had one book already, like one book sold like so quickly, but the problem is that it was bought by somebody in the US, and I wanted to get the postage. I wanted to purchase the postage in the online tool today, and it says that due to the current situation, we cannot send parcels to the US, and we can only send packages with premium service. So packages are, I think, like 37 euros, and then premium services are again 16 euros. So if I want to sell a book to somebody in the US, it would be 52.99 euros. That's like, I think, $62 for shipping, which is so ridiculous. Oh, which also means that this is going to impact my giveaways as well. So I just was annoyed by this all day. Tried to reach out to the person who purchased the book, because they paid $15 for the book and 15 for shipping, which is a lot of money already for the book. But it is like a special edition, but still it's a lot of money, and but I will not be able to ship it to her and pay 53 euros for it when this person only paid like close to 30, and with like PayPal fees I'm getting like 27. I cannot go and pay 53 euros. So sorry. That just sucks, because I just hate that. I mean, if it still would be like a normal situation, I could at least say, oh, when do I think I will either meet somebody who's going to the US, or coming from the US and going back, or when I will be traveling to the US and then take it and ship it. But so yeah, I hope that not all of the books that that actually are getting sold on eBay are going to go to somebody in an area where I literally cannot afford the postage. Anyways, so potentially my day was a little bit off because I was up way too late. But I made some progress in the Way of Kings. I only have this much to finish, which looks like so this is compared to the whole book, this is really not much, but this is like 250 pages still. This is like a full book. I'll try and do that next week. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, put on the notification bell, and if you want to enter the giveaway, drop some comments below. All right, so this is it for this week. I hope to see you again next week, or at any of my other videos. Hope you'll be back soon. Until then, bye.